Capricorn, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late August 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we can dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Capricorn collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for these beautiful Cappies in late August? We are switching zodiacal seasons, moving on into Virgo land. What energies, messages, insights can we take a peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for the beautiful Capricorn collective. What's the vibe? What's the energy? Get this card out nice and quick for you, my good friends. Hopefully, we'll see. Sometimes it's a little picky when we do the oracle, but we got this one real quick. Okay, so use your time well. And this does have a few different layers to it, because it could just speak about time itself affecting whatever situations you're dealing with. But to me, it's more about optimizing where you're putting your attention and intention. That's initially what I always get when this card pops up. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the August subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, back into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about the card. So as usual with the Oracle decks, I do like to go pretty much straight up intuitive, and we see that orange kitty cat with that grin on it. I mean, is it a grin or is it a snarl? But he's just chilling, right? He's chilling in front of that clock. So for some of you, there might be something you're waiting on, or somebody you're connected to could be like waiting. It's like, let's wait and see. So there could be situations where you might need to take a little pause and just see how it evolves. That could be a big thing with this card. But it gives me King of Wands type of energy, especially with using your time well. Because when I think of the King of Wands, he puts his energy in the right places. So Spirit could be saying, all right, Capricorn, maybe there's something that you should put a little more energy into. Maybe there's something you should put a little less energy into. And usually Capricorns are very good about that. You're good at dividing your energy into the proper places. So Spirit could be asking you to really take a look at that. Now, for another portion with the clock, it could just talk about the construct of time itself. So whether you feel like the days are dragging or they're just moving quickly, there's something here. So hopefully you're not up against the clock, but we're just going to leave it at that for now. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card there, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Let's shuffle it up one time here for the Cappies. What do we got? Please, in late August. And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. It was very much action-based. It was titled Massive Action Incoming, which makes sense when we have a card like this leading off the following week. So whether it's something you're planning on making a move with or even somebody else, it kind of also felt like a breakthrough of some sort. So if things have been a little stagnant, if things have been a little boring, that energy could bleed over for a couple weeks. So someone's making a move. That's how it felt to me. But we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards here for the Cappies. What is happening in late August, please? Let's get these cards out nice and quick. Okay. All right. Interesting mixture. So we do have the 7 of Wands, and it did pop out with another card, but they're kind of at odds, which they don't necessarily have to be a bad thing, but this 7 of Wands is very much action-based, and then boom, Hanged Man. Totally not. Okay. So it's like we have the action, the determination, let's go, and then this energy is just like, I'm just chilling. Let's get one more. Just chilling. 2 totally different vibes. Okay. All right, the Sun. So maybe there is a really good positive outcome to this reading, because I do love the Sun. It's the best card in the deck. And there's a lot of fire in your spread this week, Capricorn. Out of all the Earth signs, if anyone could handle it, it would be you. But let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. But at first glance, I always like to look at the elements to see how the energy might be moving, or the areas of life we could be looking at. And as I already mentioned, you have a lot of fire here, right? You have the Seven of Wands, so fiery. We have the Sun, which connects to Leo, more fire. Now, that's the realm of action, movement, passion, drive, desire, our internal motors. So it makes sense with that very first Oracle card. It really does tie in nicely, where it's about your energy. Where are you putting it? Are you wasting it? Are you using enough of it? Like these things could be really important in this time. Um, the only downside with so much fire is the unpredictability, right? Because yeah, I like it for its action and its energy, but at the same time, it could be a little volatile, right? It could be unpredictable. What way is this going to go? It could be a little explosive. So we're just going to have to see if we're catching that unpredictability. But I mean, there is a positive result, but in the center we have the Hanged Man. Now that's a mixture. I see that more of like an earthy, watery mix. Some people give it to Pisces, some people give it to Virgo. I also throw Scorpio in there. So that's your comfort zone right here in the middle. So for some of you, maybe there's just stuff going on around you. Maybe you're like chilling. Maybe you're stable. Maybe you're the rock and there's like a lot of stuff happening around you. But let's go through this piece by piece and really start to build it out. Position number one, we have the Seven of Wands. Now, I usually like this card. I love an action card in the first spot. And you see this individual there? It's like he's standing up on a wall. He's got a stick in hand, and it's like he's fending people off, right? Now, the positives of this card, it could be extremely determined. This is someone where it's like there's no quit in this energy, where they're determined. When there's a will, there's a way. If I say something, I'm going to do it. This is a huge energy of follow through. So whether that's something you're embodying or somebody else, this could be really fantastic for that. But the downside to the Seven of Wands, it can be conflicted. This is an energy that can feel like it's me against the world. It could represent problems. It could represent situations where it's like you're battling. Sometimes this could represent feeling trapped or cornered. So hopefully there's not a situation where you feel like your back's against the wall. So we just have to see what's up with this. But I like that there's no quit, um, even with all the challenges being said. So I think this is a decent way to start. But when we move to the middle, the energy is just so different because we have the Hanged Man and you see him, he's sitting there. Yeah, he's upside down, but that's nothing to be too concerned about. This is very similar to the Hermit. The Hanged Man is retracted, pulled back, whereas this one's action and determination. This one's not doing a damn thing, right? There's no physical action when it comes to the Hanged Man. It's all mental and energetic. And we see him there. He's watching. He's got his eyes on something. So the good things about this, it's extremely analytical. So maybe there's something where spirit wants you to wait and think, or listen, there might be something you're not quite seeing. Like this is a huge card of analysis. So whether you're doing it or somebody else, it's like, all right, take your time with this. There's a lot of moving parts. It's extremely intelligent. That's the one thing I like about it, but it's not making moves yet. It is a big energy of watching something. So whether it's a situation that you need to keep a very close eye on. Maybe someone's got you under the microscope. That could be the case, or it could even be planning, right? Like this is someone, they're not making moves yet, but they're planning something. So we'll take a look at it. Now, obviously, the challenge with the Hanged Man, it could represent things stopping. It could represent things that stall out. It could represent things that are like getting in your way, like a roadblock. So when we have the Seven of Wands to the Hanged Man, it's kind of like, all right, can I get over this hurdle? Can I get over this situation or problem? Now, moving to the back end, we have a beautiful energy. Probably the best one we could pull. We have the Sun. So you might, if you're not connected to Leo, because this is their card, maybe you have some Leo placements yourself. The Sun is very close to source energy. It's light, life, and love that shines down on us from the universe. It's beautiful. It represents blessings and abundance and wins and victories. It's very optimistic, looking at things in an optimistic way, looking at things from the bright side, which is really good. So it's always a positive omen when we get this card. But where might the challenge be with such a positive card? Yes, even this does have some challenges. The Sun is very intense, right? Like I'm sure a whole bunch of you have had sunburn a time or two. So when I see this energy, it's like super intense. So we go from like full stop to full go. The Sun can represent revealing things. So revelations, information coming to the surface. Because when you cast light on things, things come to the surface. So it's interesting we have the Hanged Man that's watching something closely, and then the Sun, because this could be something that's revealed. So we do want to take a look and see what that could possibly be. I am cautiously optimistic with what we got so far, Cappy, but I want to dive deeper on all of it. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here for you, my friends. What's happening for Capricorn, please? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Seven of Wands here, please. And if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Cappy, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, let's get it going. Why is the Seven of Wands here for Capricorn? Thank you. I feel like it's good. We're at least starting from a good place with good intentions. So we have the Six of Pentacles in the upright. This is a very, very giving energy. I would say for a lot of you, the only warning that this could potentially be is to not burn yourself out. Because with the Seven of Wands and the Six of Pentacles, it's like, I'm giving, I'm giving, I'm giving, I'm giving. Okay, so nothing wrong with that, right? Six of Pentacles is a very charitable type of energy. It's balanced. So that's the initial thing I'm getting here is like you really want to pace yourself with something. You really don't want to overwhelm or burn yourself out. Now, from what I know about beautiful Capricorns, they generally have a very good work ethic. Makes sense with what I'm seeing here, but you need to know when to take a rest, take a break if necessary. Now, the Six of Pentacles, it has a lot of other themes. Again, it's just very charitable, very open, very even. So when I see the Seven of Wands and the Six of Pentacles, it's like, no, I need to make something right. So if that's not you, it could be someone that's in the mindset where it's like, no, I have to make this right. Don't know what this is, but it's someone that's very motivated to make sure all the ducks are in the row, the I's are dotted, the T's are crossed. I will make this right one way or another. So it could be someone that has a lot of fight in them. We're going to keep moving and seeing what's happening. But yeah, just watch out for overwhelm or just overdoing it in a variety of different ways, whether it is through work, whether it is through relationships, because this is an energy that doesn't know when to stop. That's how it feels to me. Doesn't know when to pump the brakes. So let's go in on the Hanged Man. We'll see what's up with that. And again, that could be good for a lot of you, like the push, the determination. But let's see what the Hanged Man has to say about all that. Really want to get to the Sun. So why is the... All right, thank you. Yeah, but there's an easier way to do something. So we have the Nine of Pentacles, another beautiful card. So there could be a situation where it's like, okay, there's two ways you could approach it. You could either put in a lot of action, put in a lot of effort, put in a lot of elbow grease, or you could just let it evolve how it needs to, like go with the flow. So again, if this isn't a situation you're dealing with now, there could be one that comes up in the short term where it's like, okay, there's two very distinct ways that I could or should handle this. Nine of Pentacles in the upright's beautiful. So there's a lot of really good cues and clues here for your reading this week, especially with the Sun, Nine of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles. So for some of you, your effort could pay off, but I don't even think it's necessary. There might be an easier way to do something or handle something. So again, whether it is work, whether it's a relationship thing, to me, it's like there's a more hands-off way that you can do it without burning yourself out. Now, the Nine of Pentacles, blessings, abundance, firm, stable, right? Very similar to this Hanged Man where it's just chilling. It's a rock. It's immovable. So for some of you, maybe it's some advice from Spirit about not being very reactive or just taking a minute. There's nothing wrong with like taking a little rest, taking a little break, because that's how it feels. It's like you could still get a good result even if you're not going wild about it. Hope that's making sense, but I still feel potential wins and victories regardless of how you approach it. But I still think this more hands-off version is better, believe it or not. It's low pressure and it kind of allows something to evolve how it needs to. Where it's like, okay, I'll take a step back. Let's see how this goes. But let's move in on the Sun. I like the energetic potential for you this week. I'll say that. It's way different than what I've been seeing in recent weeks for you. But let's see what's happening. We got wins here, my friends. We got some good stuff. So why is the Sun here for my Cappies? And we'll do our recap, please. Thank you. Boom. There it is. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. And I do try not to say perfection because I know how life goes, but the Queen of Wands and the upright underneath the Sun, it's like I'm confident. I did the right thing. I made the right call. I feel good about this. I feel good about myself. I feel good about the situation as a whole. So for some of you, especially if you're in a tight spot or if you're in anything that's like not really moving along. I just love the potential energy here. The mixture of earth and fire feels good to me because it's like things are just aligning. Outside things, because remember, fire and earth represent outside circumstances, material world, and the actions that people take. So when I get the sun and the queen of wands, that's just beautiful. That's like I, a wind that comes in quicker than you think. It's like kind of explosive in a way because with all this fire reaction. Now the queen of wands, beautiful, confident, sexy type of energy, especially in the upright. She feels great. It's like I look good, feel good. So for some of you, there could be like a level up in one way or another. I'm just picking up wins and victories, and it's like, all right, well, you could take this route or take that route, but either way, you're moving in the same direction. It's like the universe is going to line something up for you. So of course, this is either like a really big or massive win, or just one that pops in quick, regardless of the road you take. So overall, the general energy that we're seeing here for Capricorn this week just looks really, really claimable. It looks really nice. I'm wishing I had some more Capricorn placements looking at this spread, that's for sure. So like even if you're going through some rough ones, we're looking good here. Let's go through and do a quick recap, then we'll get into the shadow. If you kindly look in the box, position number 1, we got the 7 of Wands with the 6 of Pentacles in the upright. Uh, yeah, the main thing I was picking up here is watching that you're not burning yourself out or overworking or overinvesting energy. This is a very, I don't want to say wound up energy, but it is determined to make something happen. It doesn't know when to stop. It doesn't know when to quit. It doesn't know when to take a break. And there's nothing wrong with a little elbow grease and a little bit of hard work. I would say just watch out for overwhelm or overdoing it, burning yourself out in any area of life. And it's also someone that might feel like they need to make something right. Like, I need to make this right. I need to balance this off. Moving to the middle, we have a totally different approach, but they're both leading in the same direction. We have the Hanged Man with the 9 of Pentacles. Beautiful. Not doing half the amount that we see up here in the front, but the result leads to the same place. I just love it. I do think there is something where you could have a more optimal approach. So whatever it is you're going through, maybe take a step back. That's what this energy feels like in the middle. Like, let's take a step back, let's reanalyze it and see if there's an easier way, or if there's a more optimized way to deal with something. And we got wins showing up all over the place, especially when we get to the back end. We have the sun with the queen of wands. That's level up type of energy, massive win, explosive win, whatever damn label we want to put on it. It's moving in a beautiful direction, and it is claimable, where it's like, I am happy with this result. So I think it's one of those rare times where it's like you can't go wrong, which, I mean, I'd rarely ever say that. It's like you can't really go wrong here. I mean, there's a more optimized way to do it, but there's a beautiful result. So Capricorn, please take a screenshot if you want to look into that further. Let's see what's in the shadows. All right, let's get a good shuffle here. And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing too. So let's get you one. Shuffle it up here. What do we got for the Cappies, please? My guys. Oh, and yes, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. All right, let's get this going here for the Cappies. Quick, super quick. Yeah, and there's your power card, the Devil. Now, this doesn't have to be bad in this case, especially since we're in a Capricorn reading. And just to state it for anyone that's new to tarot, you guys get the Devil card because of the goat symbolism. That's it. Now, let's talk about some of the positives of the Devil. It does represent the material world, that earthy type of energy. It's solid, it's stable. And since it is your power card, this is all about how one is feeling about themselves, especially with the Queen of Wands here. She's all about self-confidence. So I say it's either really good for you or something that Spirit wants you to improve on, how you feel about yourself, how you look upon yourself. Okay, I always go by the mode and method of always assuming the best. And there's something here about that as well, where Spirit's like, no, Capricorn, you got this, assume the best. Now, the Devil, in its rougher sense, if this was a different zodiac sign, I'd be like, oh, okay, this is an energy that's still sticking around. So again, watch out for things you've been dealing with, especially ones with a lot of history that seem to linger. But we're just going to leave it at that. That's what I have for you this week, my beautiful friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the August subscriber surprise. If you would like further insight on your situation, you'd like to have a little chat with me, you can book a personal reading with me on my website, mastermetaphysics.com. The calendar for August is up, so you could go check out the availability over there. But for the August subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 3 copies of one of my most favorite decks, the classic Gilded Tarot Royale. It's beautiful, and it's definitely one of my go-to decks. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, we have a very easy question this month. Out of all the tarot cards in the deck, which one is your favorite? Is it the one that attaches to your zodiac sign? Is it one where you just like the art? You can put that answer down in the comments, and you will be entered to win, my friends. And as usual, the winners will be announced in the community tab at the end of the month. My friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.